It's podcast day. It's podcast day. Welcome in, friends. This is actually more of a vlog episode. I'm just recording on my phone a bit of an intro to this upcoming virtual visit. I'm going to take you on a virtual visit to a fiber retreat that I attended out on San Juan Island, just off the coast of Washington State. I went to Deb Robson's Explore 4 retreat, and it was a fiber and spinning focused retreat to help us explore 4 different sheep breeds. We were able to experience all of Deb's immense knowledge behind different breeds and to really have a hands-on play with these fibers. So the 4 fibers we explored were American Tunis, Gulf Coast Native, Beaumont, and Romanov. Romanov was not our favorite, and it's funny that it almost wanted to slip from my brain. But those 2 fibers, Romanov and Beaumont, were new to me. I'd never seen them before, heard of them, never experienced working with them. So the whole retreat was a great exploration, as it is well named. And I really walked away from it with a lot more courage for fiber prep, so working from raw locks to spinnable fiber, and just an appreciation for the privilege to dive into something and to really spend time in a space like that. You'll see in the video the gorgeous Lakedale Resort where we stayed and where we had our sessions as a group. Can't say enough good things about the scenery there. Got in some hiking, some time by the water. It was a wonderful mix of all the things that I love. So most of the video, you'll just be able to see what was happening. I decided that the simplest way to really get this out there and share it with you is to present a lot of it to you just as is. You will see me later on in the video kind of talking and explaining some of the experience as well, so I hope you enjoy it. That's the whole point of this intro, is I'm welcoming you into this virtual visit, and I would love to hear your comments below, what you think. Have you had a similar experience? Would you like to? And yeah, thanks for sharing this part of the journey with me. Hey friends, I'm using my phone this time, but I am on a ferry boat. We are currently stopped, and I'm doing some crochet. I am out off the coast of Washington State, and hopefully the sound is okay to allow you to hear me, but probably you're also hearing the boat motor. Bit of a different format than our usual. I am so happy to be able to share a bit of my week with you. I did some traveling this past several days. I may insert here just a couple of photos. I had the great privilege to take my hubby on a trip to Aspen, Colorado, which was a first time for both of us. And no, we did not ski. Everyone will ask me that. We did not ski, but we did enjoy the outdoors, and we did enjoy the mountain views. We did some snowmobiling, which was a lot of fun. That was a first time activity for us, but right up our alley. Active outdoors, great weather, something new. And now I'm on a ferry boat off the coast of Washington State. We are stopped at Orcas Island, and pretty soon I'll be headed over to Friday Harbor. I'm attending a fiber retreat this week, and it's being led by Deb Robson, which is just thrilling. I'm going to be learning about some new to me breeds. All right, the boat is starting to move again. I'll tell you a bit more about this project when I'm in a quieter environment. Here it is, Lakedale Lodge. It's where our accommodations are and our gathering room where we do our learning and spending together.
Incredibly difficult four-sheet environment. So there are parasites, there are predators, there is heat, there is, that grow really, believe it or not, nice fleas, is kind of miraculous. Those breeds are the American Tunis, the Gulf Coast Native, which we will be seeing later this week, and the Florida Cracker.
Simply pull off.
In the roving type tube.
Yeah. And when I'm doing this, even if I'm doing it with a diz, I want to move back and forth across the fiber mass.
Like spinning across the top.
Yes. Yes. And I pull to the point where I'm starting to get nets.
Hello again, friends. What you've just seen are some snippets of the retreat, Explore 4 with Deb Robson. I am outside. It's Tuesday, so officially day 2 of the retreat. And I've taken a little hike. Wasn't feeling great last night, continued into this morning, so I'm missing out on a field trip. That's tough, but I think it's the best thing for me to just rest. I've been resting and taking it slow. I want to just bounce back and really enjoy the rest of this trip. So, a little bit about this retreat. Actually, first, let me show you the views where I am right now. I'm sitting on a rock. It's just an incline on one of the trails I was following. Gorgeous, gorgeous big trees everywhere, different conifers and pines, and the water is down there. There's lots of different lakes surrounding this lodge. Sun is out, and that's really what called me out of bed to get up and move my legs. It's a beautiful day. The retreat is focused on 4 different sheep breeds, and just as the name says, we're exploring those 4 breeds. Deb has she has such a depth of knowledge about all different types of fiber. And so in the morning, we spend time with her, and she tells us the history of the breed and details about it. Meanwhile, we have sample locks and some roving of each one. And as she's sharing her knowledge with us, we are combing and carding and spinning these breeds so that we can really get to experience them. I've never done anything like this before. It's pretty incredible. Some ducks going over. Yeah, it's in depth, and I'm trying to take advantage of the time and the information and the company as much as I can. So far, a couple days in, the biggest thing for me has been practicing processing raw fleece. So taking wool from lock form into spinnable fiber. Of course, you can spin locks as well, but combing, and pretty soon I'm going to try carding up some of our fleece samples. So that's not something I do very often. I typically spin fiber that's already been processed in some way. But spinning it with different methods, I've got my spindles with me. I was kindly loaned an e-wheel, so I have different ways that I can spin these fibers and really get to know them. It's very interesting to sit with a fiber, just pick through it, really experience it from a tactile perspective, and then do the transformation into spinnable fiber. And then look at the yarns and see the differences in the resulting yarns. So I hope you're enjoying just seeing some of that process, and I'll share with you some of my sample skeins as well. Yeah, thanks for joining me out here in San Juan Island in the woods. There's a bunch of great connecting trails around here. I just keep doing these different loops. It's nice. A lot of them lead down to the water, and then you can just make your way back up, pick up another junction, and go. I'm loving it. The sun is out today for the most part, until you get under the shade of the trees, but it's not bad. I would guess the temperature is about in the 40 degree range, 45 maybe Fahrenheit. I feel fortunate that I came prepared. My wool and good outerwear. I think I'd love to eat out in this area. There's some picnic tables over here. Let's see if I can point them out. Now, this is hard to do backwards, but right over there. Some picnic tables where we could eat lunch or dinner one night. Yeah, I want to make the most of the time that I'm here. I always say this, but if you guys ever have the opportunity to do your craft in community, whether it's a trip, you travel and you meet up with your friends that have common interests, or just something that you organize on a small scale so that it's accessible, I highly recommend it. Our crafts, working with our hands and materials, can be pretty solitary, and not everybody needs the social aspect, I know that, but I am just really reveling in the learning part of being around others. Everyone has different techniques, they have different preferences, fibers that they like, in this case, spinning methods that they like, even fiber preparation tools and techniques are different, so I'm feeling really grateful to just get immersed in that. And I hope that that's something that if you're seeking that out, that you can find it too, or create it, be bold and invite others in to share in an experience like that. I had the intention to record a podcast some time back to share with you one of my finished objects. I've actually brought it here with me because it's a wool top. The pattern is Hadid, and I just never got to the point of fully editing that podcast. So I thought I would just insert it here since it's one of the FOs that I was able to bring with me on this trip. That was the goal, was to finish that sweater so that I could wear it out here where it will keep me warm. And I just recorded some of my thoughts about it. Spoiler alert, I love it. I have already worn it several times, and I wanted to just share some past video clips talking about that finished object. A lot of you have watched previous episodes where I had it as a work in progress, and I'm proud to say that I finished it in time. So yeah, take a look at my latest finished garment, Hadid. She's done. Hadid is done. It's my favorite. Just like every garment that's ever come off the needles instantly becomes my favorite. This is definitely a favorite. I am styling it with some high-waisted pants. Perfect for slightly cooler weather. Done. This is a keeper. I will reach for this a lot. I increased the sizing for the hip and went down a size for the bust measurement so I could get a nice close fit here. And that worked out great. For the sleeves, I decided to keep with the texture by doing a twisted 1x1 rib because I felt like it matched the rest of the sweater much better. The pattern calls for a basic 1x1, but the twisted stitches stand out a little more, and I like that. The increases were built in to the pattern, so there are places where you introduce a new column of twisted stitches. That flowed really nicely. It's very comfortable. One of my favorite features is that the armhole does not have a bunch of extra fabric. That's a problem I've had in the past with sweaters that are based on my chest measurement. I tend to end up with a lot of extra fabric under the arm, and in this case I intentionally knit the front and back panels so that the armhole measurement would be much smaller, and I love that. No bagginess. I highly recommend this pattern. It's a meditative knit. For me, it was more of a concentration knit because of the modifications that I made to make sure that it would fit my body and not be so boxy and blousy. But I feel like the pattern itself was well written. I think that the sizing is, it has enough built-in variance in the sizing that if you wanted something more fitted like mine, you could manage that. And if you wanted the original, more oversized look, very easy to accomplish. I love it. Yeah, pretty happy with that. Now, just a slight warning here. Not everybody is into creatures, critters, crawly things. So, fair warning for the next couple of seconds. I just happened across creepy crawly in the woods. If that's not your thing, just look away. I'm fascinated by plants and creatures, especially those I haven't seen any, before. So look away for the next few seconds. I'm just going to share what looks to be like some kind of a slug or a snail. If you're not into that, look away now and come back when you hear me say that part's done. Looks like just a big snail based on the top of his head. Maybe I can find out what that is. There's actually more than one of them around here. So they must be common to this area. Never seen anything like that at home, but that's all part of travel, isn't it? Just experiencing different things. So here's another one. I am not going to disturb them too much. I'm actually glad that I saw them and didn't step on them. They're just kind of hanging out in this little mossy area under some trees by the water. Okay, friends who are not fans of such things, that's all done. I love the fact that there's so much elevation here. Where I live in Florida, it's very flat. If we have any kind of elevation or hills, they're landfills. So it's not ideal for hiking. So it's nice to be able to just use my legs, to be honest. I notice already being outside. For context, I was in the bed before I came out here. So I noticed the difference having the sun on my skin and a little fresh air. I'm very grateful for that. I think I'm going to see how I feel in the next few minutes. May go back into our common room area and do some spinning. A lot of the group has gone on a field trip, and I could probably just get some time with the wool, make up some time from this morning. Always. There's my kayaking buddy. We're just gonna do all the lakes and rivers we can get to. What a beautiful day, what a beautiful scene. Fortunate to be out. Fortunate that I can be out by the lake again this morning because the sun is out, and that's a real bonus. Even though the air is quite cool, it's nice to be standing out here. So here's my Romanov sample, slightly overblown by the bright sunlight, but let's see. Yeah, it's not this bright gray. Let's see if we can get into a better lighting situation. Here we go. Because I combed this sample, you can see that there's a lot of black hair in here. This breed has both hair and fiber in the lock, and combing it got a lot of the black fibers out, but not all of them. But I was able to make enough spinnable fiber to just do this small sample on my spindle. I have not had the experience before of getting this deep into fiber prep, so I'm really enjoying that. And working with fleeces that have very different characteristics than the breeds I have experienced in the past has been another joy. bit of hiking today with my friends. We're at English Camp out here on San Juan Island. What a view. The trees are amazing too. It's so nice to be able to get out and walk and just enjoy nature. Thanks for being here, friends. I hope you've enjoyed the short vlog. I'll see whether or not there's more to share this week. But rather than wait for a whole lot of footage, I will work on getting this out there to share with you guys. Love to hear from you via the podcast, so it helps if I invite you in with another episode. Hope you enjoyed this virtual visit, and I love having you as part of the experience. I will see you next time. Bye for now.